everybody, Dark Cosmic here, back with another astrology video. Today I would like to discuss having your Mars in the 6th house. So what is it like when individuals have it in the 6th house? So let me explain what Mars is again. Now, in my last video I kind of went on a really long tangent. I would suggest that people actually watch all of the videos, although I know they won't, because sometimes I give extra information about Mars in general, that you might want to hear, and this might help you to learn more about your placements. But I get it, it's a lot of videos to watch, so but it's just a suggestion. So Mars is an individual's willpower, their motivations, their motives, their sexual nature, what they are attracted to, how they pursue things in their life, how they go after things, how they express their aggression. It is a form of their expression. Mars is in a man's chart. Mars represents who they were in their youth, and in a woman's chart, Mars represents the men that they were attracted to in their youth. But saying that, I also need to say that these men might still be utilizing that Mars energy, meaning behaving in their more youthful nature, for good or bad. And these women might be attracted to men that still possess the traits that they liked in their youth, for good or bad. So this is completely up to the user to be, self-audit and recognize what they are doing. So back to this placement, Mars in the 6th house. This is like having Mars in Virgo. So their motives are to judge, criticize, articulate, analyze, dissect, bring order, organize, and place on a schedule. That is their motives. That is what motivates them. That is what they are passionate about. Okay? Mars in Virgo is it's like a surgeon type of energy. Mars in Virgo. Another thing, this is why I say watch all the videos, because I know I probably didn't mention this in the previous videos, but like, Mars is your aggression, right? It is a form of your anger. So people with this placement, something that can make them more aggressive or angry is people that are not concise, people that aren't articulate, people that aren't that are chaotic, people that don't have a schedule or don't respect their schedule. This can bring out the aggression in these people, right? They can also be the type of people that in their daily routine they can come off as aggressive. And this is just how they express themselves, on their daily routine. They exhibit aggressive behaviors, in their daily commute. They might always have a pattern of flipping off the driver that cut them off, Strange example, but the 6th house is routine, day to day, reality, right? Mars represents aggression, as well as other things. 6th sixth house represents other things too, other than daily routine. But I'm saying when these two energies merge, you may get it creates an opportunity where these people might have a tendency to have a lot more road rage than other people, because you're mixing the consistent schedule-based sign of Virgo with aggression. So you might consistently have aggression. Get it? So that may be something that these people experience a lot, or may not be. You know, they might consistently find the best routes to work because of that. You know, like I said, it can express itself in so many ways. It's like a spider web. We're just talking about this placement, but there is a web of information. And this video is not going to be 10 hours long of me explaining every strand of this web. I might explain like 5 and I left out 50. So if I don't get to something, I do apologize. I'm doing my best to be, try to give you the best information possible in a short period of time. So, let's go to the men with this placement. Men with Mars in the 6th house or Virgo, because the sixth house is ruled by Virgo. Men with this placement, in their youth, they were very critical of people. It was often revealed that was their motives, being critical. Motives was to criticize, motives was to criticize, motives was to analyze, and when people peel back the layers as to why they are doing things that they are doing, they figure this out. For instance, a real life example, I guess, or an example that I could try to use here is, let's say you're having a conversation with this Mars and Virgo individual, and they're asking you, hey, how was your day, or blah blah blah. They're asking you some basic question, right? And you begin to tell them what you did that day. You say, I slept in. I didn't really do much today, or and you think the conversation was going to go one way, but it went another way, and then you think in the back of your head, what was their motivation beginning this conversation with me? And you could look into their Mars. They have this type of Mars, and let's say, okay, so back to the conversation you were just talking. You told them you slept in, and what they begin to do is to analyze that, dissect it, even criticize you about it. You slept in. What, are you lazy? Etc. They say things that are critical for no reason, right, about your daily routine. And so you begin to realize that their motivation was to criticize you rather than actually just talk about your day. Their motivation. That's just that's a complicated example, but I'm trying to show you, like, that's what I mean when I'm saying what I'm saying. And it happens on so many levels, though. It's just one level of it, It can be a lot more complicated than that. So, the men with this placement, like I said, their motivation is to criticize, analyze, dissect. Their motivation is to have order. This is what motivates them, and this is oftentimes their motive, and this is often what motivates them. This is often what makes them want to get out of bed. Order, a schedule, health. They might want to, what makes them want to get out of bed is to go walk their dog, to go change the cat, change the cat litter. Because the 6th house also represents pets. Their motivation might be to go to work. They are motivated all the time to go get money, and to be in that daily routine of going to work, or to be in that daily routine of going to the gym, working out, etc. This is what motivates them, and this is oftentimes their motives. So, and they might express, for the most part, they might express the negative traits of this, because most times when people have these placements, they just generally do. Mars is a aggressive sign. It is a sign that's quick, passionate, so it tends to end up in negative situations for the most part due to it being a very impatient energy. Okay, so this is why I say there can be negative tendencies with this energy. So now the men later on, they might evolve, may or may not. Not saying that this is a bad placement, that you have to evolve from it, because get rid of your. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's going to be a change within you and you should, or you know what? Not even gonna say you should. Just gonna say, for evolution to take place, it would be best for you to look at the different planets in your chart that represent wisdom and guidance, rather than passion and aggression and motives all the time. You can't live life just off of motivation. Sometimes you need to live life with wisdom. You need to live life with stability, and you need to live life with some type of, for lack of a better word, your fatherly energy. So, and to find that, you would have to tap in to your Sun, your Jupiter, and your Saturn. Okay? So, as they got older, they probably began to tap into those three to express their manhood to its maximum capabilities. Now, I'm not saying discard the Mars, because Mars represents your sexuality. It represents, just what you're passionate about. So stripping that out of a man would be like taking away their passion, taking away what lights the fire in their eyes. I'm not saying to do that. Okay. So let's go to women. Women with this placement, they might have been attracted to men that had that energy. They might have been attracted to men that were, motivated by routine, motivated by criticizing, motivated by being critical in general of everything. Doesn't always have to be criticized. It could be just being critical, meaning everything becomes a critical situation, right? Like the sponge, where you sit the sponge, can you please set it right here next to the sink and not way over there on the counter? Just being critical, They might have been attracted to men like that because maybe they felt like they needed to be corrected all the time, so they were attracted to men that were like that, right? Not saying that they were attracted to Virgo men, but they were just attracted to men that had those Virgo-like traits. More organized, more schedule-based, there's nothing wrong with that, but they might have found themselves dealing with this Virgo, the negative aspects of Virgo, which is just criticizing all over the place. Criticizing, but not being a critical person that does not take their own advice. They might have dealt with men like that a lot, and as they got older, they might stop dealing with men like that and dealt with men that are more that had traits more like their Sun, which is like the father energy, because Mars is the soldier / sun. Mars is the soldier / sun energy within everybody, and when I say sun, I mean the SON, not SUN. The sun energy, and your sun sign is the general. So Mars is the soldier, Sun is the general, and the Sun also represents your father energy as well. So the sun is actually the leader of Mars. So these women, maybe they need to tap into more their sun. Not saying go after men that are your sun sign. Just look towards more qualities of your sun sign. That's not the whole picture, just aspects of it. Take a little bit of that. Take a little bit of your Saturn. Take a little bit of your Jupiter. Find the houses. Mix that in a pot. And you might come out, you'll create, mix it in a pot, put it in the oven, bake it, and there you go. You got a guy that might do you right, So these women might be, later on in life, they might deal with men that have the energies of those three placements that I just discussed. So why is that? Because Mars represents the bad boy. It represents your attraction, and so it's just like quick attraction, like great sex, and that's all. Great sex and bad times, So if they want to continue living their life like that, more power to them. More power to these women. Not saying that you can't deal with men that are of the nature of your Mars. You might honestly be happier in that way, because especially if you find men that have your Mars signature but are in the higher octave of that energy, instead of being the unorganized and critical Virgo energy that we were discussing. Maybe you're dealing with men with this Virgo energy that are really organized, and when they criticize, they're critical, but they're not hitting you over the head with the truth. It's more critical, like, oh babe, you got this on your lip, let me get it off for you. Do you need help with your makeup, or stuff like that? Do you need me to braid this for you real quick? Do you I noticed, they're critical like this, I noticed that you really like this color and that you really like this brand, and I found you the perfect outfit to wear on Sunday. Stuff like that. Maybe you find that guy and it matched your Mars, and you go back to this video and you're like, you're wrong, I really like Virgo men, or men with Virgo traits. That's why, because they were on the higher octave. They were functioning from the higher aspect of this sign. Bravo. You have successfully unlocked the way to be attracted to somebody in a very passionate way, but also get the things that you need. Most people don't do that though. Most people just go for the toxic traits, and they're like, I don't know why I'm attracted to that. And you're attracted to it because your Mars that's the energy of your Mars. That's why you're attracted to it. So I hope I'm making sense. I can rant, because sometimes I rant a lot about astrology, but that's all I have to say about this placement. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. One love.